Yous and welcome to Book 101 Review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She is a realtor, financial strategist, educator, and of course an author too, and the author of the book The Traveler's Guide to Life. No other than me, Zara York. Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome. Welcome, Ms. Zara, on Book 101 Review. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Um, I'm a realtor in Tennessee, but my main focus right now, I work as a financial strategist, a financial planner. I help people better invest their money. But I love writing. That's one of my hobbies and my passions. And I wrote this book. This is my first book, but it started as a blog back in 2016. So it's a collection of all the articles I wrote during those trips, the stories that I wrote overseas, and each article became a chapter. So now it's published and everyone can have it and read it.
Definitely. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. Ms. Zara, thank you.
Thank
The
you.
title the title frames this is a guide to life, not just a travel memoir. How do you journey teach you how to live, not just where to go?
I think traveling is the best education you can ever have, or at least one of the most important ones. And I think the more you travel, the more you discover about yourself because you find yourself in situations and in places that they're unknown to you. They're different. You meet people that have different, live in different cultures, have different lifestyles, and it teaches you more about what you can probably like. You start discovering, oh wow, so this is something I never experienced. Now I like it. And as you start experiencing those things, it gives you more deep knowledge of who you are. Hence, you grow as a person and you go through a transition in your life. Um, and of course, you start opening your mind, changing things for the better. Um, So the purpose of this book for me was to write not for, a lot of people write books, which is great when you talk about the place where you go and promote, the places that you visit. But for me, it was more the experiences that I went through in those places, the people that I met, the connections I, made. Um, and that's what made me who I am, and changed many things for me as a person. So I think by writing the book and giving it to people to read why to hide that? If someone else can benefit from my stories and what I went through, I think that's just a beautiful thing to do. It will be a pleasure for me to know that somebody actually read the book and maybe discover something new about themselves, or wow, I'm going to travel to this place, or take those bold steps that sometimes we need that little push because we're afraid of things that we are capable of doing, but we sometimes are unsure or don't feel that confidence. So I think that was the main purpose of it.
What does the freedom truly mean in the context of your book? What is a
Um,
freedom for something or freedom to be someone, Ms. Zara?
I think it's freedom for as a person. Sometimes we feel trapped in our own insecurities, and um, we lack confidence. Um, we want to travel. I meet a lot of people and say, "Well, I want to travel. I want to do this. I want to get a job. I want to." Uh, be a different person because I want to, open my business. I want to do so many things, but we find excuses, consciously or unconsciously. Um, and that's what freedom means in the book. Take bold steps, find yourself because you had to try to understand yourself first and fight those insecurities so you can go for it. We look for a lot of motivation. Um, the economy, the situation, and family, and so many things. And the motivation is yourself, but you have to find it in you. So that's what freedom means in this book.
Interesting freedom, Miss Zara. Before you left, what was the self you were hoping to discover or leave behind? Did you find who were you looking for?
Who I was looking for, in terms of myself.
Yes.
Um, I I think my situation was, I mean, if I look in the past, I think I lacked a lot of confidence. I'm a very ambitious person and I wanted so many things and I still want so many things, but I think I found a lot of excuses throughout my life. Um, I don't have the right job. I don't find the right partner. Um, and XYZ. And I think that helped me being in different places, meeting different people, different cultures, different ways of living. And I saw those things and how people live and how people approach situations. It made me think more about what I was capable of doing and all the excuses that I was purposely um, coming out, in um, my life. And it just helped me grow and do the things that I wanted to do. I don't think so much anymore as I used to. Um, wow, I'm going to take this trip and let me see, let me save this money. Let me find the time. Just do it. If you want to do something, just do it because life is too short. I mean, we don't know what the tomorrow is, but we know what the today is. And we need to start living more in the present. And that's what I learned from it.
How do you reconcile the traveler's desire for ultimate freedom with the profound human need for connection and roots, Miss Zara?
To start understanding more others and to listen better. We are talkers. We talk about ourselves and what we need and who we are, but we lack listening. And that comes with experiencing different situations and different cultures. And when you do that, you start to open your mind more and see how other people live, how other people think. And that doesn't mean that it's right or wrong, it means that it's different. And you learn to live with others that don't think like you, that have a different life, but you can still have a relationship, you can still have a connection and enjoy and learn from that person or that group of people. So that connection to me is important.
Miss Zara, can you share a story of a single, unexpected encounter with a stranger that fundamentally altered your perspective on your own life?
Oh my God, there are so many. But I, if I think of one, I think, well, my last trip, there are many more in the past, but since this one is recent, I found Morocco one of the most beautiful and amazing countries. Um, and I mean the culture specifically. Um, for example, in the United States, we're very afraid of things and or we don't trust people, especially me when coming from New York City. I don't know, but people that, they New York is very well known, and We're very cold. We don't trust people at all. At all. You're walking in the street. I mean, someone can be dying in the street. You don't even bother to help because they're like, I don't know you. I don't know what you're gonna do to me. Um,
Yes. Who
so
cares?
so you become a very cold person, and that's kind of the mentality we have. When I was in Morocco, I remember that I rented this car. Um, I went to rent a car, and for some reason, my credit card, you experience a lot of hiccups overseas
Yes.
with credit cards, with calls, everything. The car rental company had an issue with my credit card, and I ended up not renting with them. And the person that was helping me there said, well, that is across the street, because it was at the airport. Across, you can, by at the airport, you can actually find people that they can take cash and you don't need a credit card at all. And you don't have to worry about deposit, any deposit whatsoever. I was like, okay, this sounds kind of sketchy. But at this point, I have no choice. So I, I went to the airport and then he actually took me. He dropped me there. I mean, this is how kind people are. He dropped me there and then he dropped me off and then he introduced me to this group of guys that rented the cars. And then they were so nice here. We have this car. Which one do you want? And then I ended up talking to the guy that rented me the car. And for some reason, I think that car was the car I wanted. He said, "Oh my God, no, we just rented it to someone else. But I think I have another one, but we have to drive somewhere else." And I'm like, "Where are you gonna take me?" They drove me to some village close to the airport where he had the car with someone else that I don't even know, but that's the car that I rented. That's the car that was available. And then he said, what are you doing in Morocco? So because we talk about it, about my trip there and why I was renting the car. Well, I'm driving to Marrakech, and then here just for vacations and backpacking. And then he was just thrilled about it. And he's on the way back to the airport so we could do the paperwork. He stopped. There was a high there was someone that needed a ride. So his jacker was there and he stopped right away. And I'm like, oh, what is going on right here? This guy takes me to a place that I don't even know who has the car, but then he's renting this car for to me, and then he just, gives the ride to anybody that just randomly need a ride on the street. And this was on the freeway. She got in. It was a lady. She needed to go to work. She worked at the airport, and he was translating for me. He said she just, said that it was too hot and then she was too tired. She couldn't walk. She just needed a ride to the airport. Like, is this something that you guys do all the time right here? Yes, you have to help people because, when you help people, things good comes back to you. And I'm okay. On my way to Marrakech, and that guy ended up being a really good friend. We're still in touch. And he, when I came back from Marrakech, he actually became kind of my tour guide for a day, showed me beautiful places. I went to Marrakech and I was driving on the freeway. And again, hitchhikers were there trying to get a ride. Of course, I didn't stop and I felt bad because I was like, I don't speak the language. What about if I stop? I mean, I'm not going to understand exactly where they want to go. But that really, really touched my heart, and it was beautiful how much trust people have in certain communities. I mean, that's impossible in the U.S. I mean, you don't do that. Hitchhikers, I don't know, might be a serial killer. That's the first thing that probably somebody's gonna think. So, but that doesn't exist there. It doesn't even cross their minds that someone is going to kidnap you or someone is going to kill you or someone is going to do something bad to you. It's not even a topic. It's not even a thought. Um, and the more I see those things, the more kindness, I guess, grows in you. Uh, and that's what makes you change. That's what makes you a better person. It doesn't mean that you're gonna become naive, but it means that you grow more empathy, I would say.
As an author, realtor, financial strategist, educator, what are your short-term and long-term goals, Miss Zara?
Um, oh my God, I have so many goals. I have my friends and my family always tell me, like, what's your goal now? But I think I will. This book, for starters, is a series. There is a second book after this one. So I will definitely, my goal is to finish that and publish it. Um, I do have projects in real estate as an investor, but I really want to help people um, manage their financial life. Um, that's what I do. That's my job. And educate them. I mean, I was an educator for, or not. I'm still. I mean, but I just do it in different settings. For 15 years, and I think that's my passion, educating people. Um, in this case, grow financially, and when you grow financially, you acquire that financial freedom that allows you to do more things, which is enjoying time with family, travel more, right? Because it's not that money is the most important thing, but it helps you dedicate more life to what it matters, which is family, friends, in time for you. And that's my goal. I really want to spread that word.
Good luck to your goals, Miss Zara. Looking forward for more success and more books to come. And what would be
Thank
your
you.
piece of advice for those people out there who want to be like you?
Um, just do it. Don't think about it. Don't look for motivations. The motivation is you, yourself, and that's all you need. You, and that should be your main motivation. Don't find excuses on trying to find motivation somewhere else. You are the motivation. So go for it, whatever it is.
Yes, just do it, people. Just
Yep.
do it. Stop procrastinating.
Yep.
Okay. And share to the world whatever talents that you had. So, Miss Sarah, thank you for that advice. And can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
Recommend the book, my book.
Or any kind of
Um,
books. If you want to
I
recommend
would
a book,
recommend mine for sure.
yes, go ahead.
I mean, definitely. It's not because I'm the author and the writer, but I think it's a fun book. It's not a boring book at all. It's very, very entertaining. But I like one of my favorite books, and it's very famous. Um, is women, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I forgot the name of the author, but it's very popular, and I think that book is amazing. It helps a lot in relationships and connections as well to understand um, the other gender. So again, to become a better listener. So the better listeners we become, the better our relationships are going to be, whether it's with our partners, with our children, with our friends, with our family in general. So that's the key.
Thank you for the recommended book, Miss Zara. So, for someone who feels trapped by their circumstances and cannot physically travel, how can they apply the principles of a traveler's guide to their own life right where they are?
I know traveling people when they think about traveling as wow, that's impossible. It's not. It's not. It's just a strategy. And I'll tell you this. One of the things that um I noticed or I learned, through traveling and going to different countries. Unfortunately, there are countries that are very poor, and they don't have the resources, the financial resources. It's very difficult. Again, Morocco is one of those. For someone to travel, it's just almost impossible. You have to literally save so much, um, many months of your salary to actually take a trip. But it is unfortunate. But I think for people who are, I mean, here where I live and where I'm from in the US and these countries, that where you have that possibility because you do have the resources, it's not difficult. The problem is that people think when they think about traveling, they think about look a luxurious trip. They think about resorts. They think about restaurants and tour guides and that's not traveling if you want to actually experience the culture and the country and connect with the people in that place. You have to be a little bit more humble and stay in, perhaps instead of choosing a five-star hotel, you can choose something more affordable. You can start going to local places. And there are many resources. There are meetups. I mean, I don't know if we're allowed to mention any brands right here, but meetups are, one of the main ones that you can join. You can use that platform to go to events. Even Airbnb has not. This Airbnb is not only a place where you can just rent a place to stay, but you can also book experiences, and then you can meet people. Um, Also, that is my main one. It's called couch surfing.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you're of it, but couch surfing is more a an platform where you can connect with people all over the world, and you can stay with people literally for free. But the point is not to stay for free. The point is to be hosted by somebody that's a local, and then you can experience that life with that person. And that's beautiful. So I think people need to start changing a little bit more that perspective. When you book a trip, it's not. Don't think of a luxurious trip. I mean, sometimes it's great. We have them, right? And I do sometimes. But if you really want to just, wow, I really want to travel, then you have to start thinking a little bit more in a humble way and open your mind and understand that when you travel, think of it, when someone comes to your house, right? You have rules in your house. You do have a way of living, you do have a way of putting things in your house, and that's your property. But when you invite someone to your house, you're very thrilled to have that guest in your house. And that guest, what do you do as a guest? You thank that person and you're grateful and you respect that space. Well, the same thing when you visit a country. You have to understand that you are a guest in that place, and they are very thrilled to have you there, and they're very happy to show you around and to teach you about their culture and their language. And you just have to be grateful and open your mind, and beautiful things will come along the way. I can guarantee you that.
And Miss Zara, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too, comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well, geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast law 101 and mental health 101. Love Letters in a fourth season, and Movie 101 Review Music 101 in fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its second season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Miss Sarah, having
Mm.
written this memoir and distill your journey into a guide, what is next frontier of freedom for you?
For me, next is just keep helping others, keep spreading the word, keep writing. I don't think that we should hide any. If we can share our talent, our stories, our life with the world, I think we should do it. Um, that's how amazing movies, right, come up. That's why amazing books and inspiration is born. So that's what's next for me. Just keep telling people what I do and then keep writing.
Miss Zara York, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the
Thank you.
world.
And
Thank
thank you so much for
you.
having me. I mean, this is amazing. I love what you do. This is great. All these patties here.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much too. Likewise. And can you please invite the listeners to support your debut book, your advocacy, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Yes, please. The book, the beautiful part is that the book is available everywhere in the planet.
Yes.
You can buy it everywhere. Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, every country. I was very happy to know that a lot of some people bought it in Italy, in the UK, in Canada, including the US. And they can find me. My Instagram is at finances and realty. Uh, my Facebook is Zara York, and that's where I talk about finances. And you don't have to be wealthy to be financially free. So, if they want to know more about that, that's where they can find me, and I'll be more than happy to help and talk about it if it's needed.
Yes, people are support Miss Zara York because if you support her for sure, more and more empowering books
Mhm.
like this to come, more and more empowering legacy to come. So, Miss Zara, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Luca. Have an amazing evening.
More to come, people. See you soon.